When I saw the final release of episode 3 Decay, I was super excited. I quickly played through the entire chapter twice, which I probably shouldn't have done since I ended up with over 7 hours of footage. This new episode obviously brought a lot of content, with a lot of engaging and complex puzzle solving. Okay, maybe a bit too much sometimes. This episode has 6 different endings according to Kit9, with 4 being dead ends and only 1 being the actual ending. Now, on my first playthrough, I didn't actually get the real ending, which is probably why this video took so long for me to make. Instead, I got the one where both of them jump down the balcony together and die, which you will see later in the video. So I believe that a lot of you guys watching didn't actually finish the new episode, with only 0.0%, which I didn't know was even possible, having the achievement for finishing it on Steam. Therefore, this video covers the entire episode 3, Decay, summarized and explained so that you don't have to replay the game 4 times like I did. Obviously there will be spoilers for the game, so if you haven't played it yourself, please go play it. It is amazing and I had a lot of fun playing the game. Before we start the video, please consider subscribing and liking the video, as you guys motivate me to continue to make these videos about the Coffin of Andy and Leyley. Anyways, let's not waste your time. Let's get started. So firstly, we have to understand why there are so many different endings. Now, instead of saying there are 6 endings, I have to say there are realistically 2 major branches, which nobody realized when they were first playing the episode. The endings are divided by a choice made in episode 2, which is the last choice of that episode. If you decide, as Ashley, to shoot Andrew as he is threatening you, you do not get the cliffhanger ending, which means that if you don't open fire, you get the quote-unquote actual ending of the episode, since it gives you more content further on. So let's see what everyone did on their first try. When Andrew was chasing us, we unloaded our gun on him, because to be honest, he should have seen it coming. Bro was being an ass the entire episode and didn't expect us to shoot him in the head. It's a dream anyways. Finally, moving into the new episode, starting off, apparently I exist. And my existence is confusing. The first few puzzles are simple enough. We just had to use Erla's serum that he discovered through the 7 Bridge of Königsberg to easily solve the 3 puzzles. However, the next puzzle is confusing as hell. Big Scary Being is watching you, by the way, throughout this entire thing. And we slowly learn Andrew has a lot of daddy issues. And mommy issues for you as well. If you didn't know, Andrew is hella smart. And hella broke as well. We should probably revise for the next test. Never mind then, because mom is telling us to go to grandpa's house, because even the parents are broke as hell. In our grandparents' house, after picking up blueberries to make a pie, Ashley fucking ran away as usual. And we better go find her before we get our ass whipped. And her dumbass still managed to get us into trouble. Instead of covering for me, she laughed at my face. What a spoiled brat, for real. Anyways, after realizing what an ass Ashley is for all these years, we are still alive in real life. Hooray! Ashley, being a biological female, needs her tampons. So we go into the store and run far, far, far away from the store by using 30 minutes of puzzles and going to the top of a mountain because we're scared of the cops. Then both of us start arguing, as usual. So Ashley kind of feels bad for arguing and disagreeing with us and falls asleep in Andrew's arms. Aww. But secretly, we made her fall asleep so that we can stow her magic thingy so we can also see the visions for ourselves. As you can probably tell, the demon doesn't really like me. So I did another 20 minutes of puzzles to finally see what is in the vision. And for us, we see that Ashley is dismembered. By digging a grave, we put her back together as well as we could, and Ashley fucking shows up as a giant eyeball monster and brings us back into the real world. Another important part here is that we get to choose between Andy and Andrew. Here, you should always choose Andrew on your first playthrough. You know, because you have to stand up for something for the first time in your life. And because the game ends if you don't, which I'll talk about more in my next video. We then sacrifice the family of 3. However, the third member of the family, the kid, ran away and called the goddamn police. So we kinda had to karate chop his neck and his head off, which is basically very necessary. Now, being chased by the police, the demon agrees to send us to his world to protect us. You know, something you do all the time. And guess what? We fucking crash out on Ashley and is now determined to kill her. Because everything that we did for Ashley never gets appreciated, ever. And she just does everything opposite of what we told her to do. After a long chase across the entire demon world, we catch her and, well, which is another dead end. The game finishes if you do that. We actually don't catch her, and she calls the demon to remove my soul from my body, like literally. We then get trapped by Ashley in a room, and we obviously escape that room by doing another 40 minutes of puzzles. Jesus Christ, this episode have a lot of puzzles. And as usual, we eventually got caught. The demon then kinda crashed out on Ashley and obviously Andrew for being so damn annoying, and finally granted Ashley's wish of trapping both of them in a tiny little apartment together in exchange that Ashley farms souls for him. And obviously, being a professional escaper from entrapment, we also break out of that room where we got so drunk and high on nicotine that Andrew well, you saw what happened, and everybody expected it. But wait, there is even more. We beat up Ashley like a wife abuser. They didn't have sex. and kill themselves. So overall, that was the first ending that a lot of people got. A similar ending to this is obviously marrying Ashley and living with her forever, which she can do by retrieving the ring from when you're escaping from the cops. But oh my god, was that a long part of the episode. And that is just only 50%. There's still 50% of the video to go. So if you've watched this far, please consider subscribing. So traveling back in time with the useful tool of loading, we do not kill Andrew in our vision. Now gladly, the content is the same until we're about to murder the family of 3, so that skips a lot of work for me to repeat. Being an amazing person that Andrew is, Andrew calls his ex Julia right in front of Ashley. However, Andrew and Ashley had a very romantic connection, and Julia's sister crashed out on the call. And Andrew came with an amazing comeback. This time, after escaping from the police, Ashley actually listens to us, so we're not pissed at her. We did some puzzle solving with her, then we almost have sex again. We then discover that Ashley only have the romantic tension with Andrew because she thinks it will keep Andrew with her for longer. By the way, that is exactly what I said in my prediction video before, so if anyone doubted me, aha. They then kiss to be the seal of friendship to make sure they will never fight again. But spoiler alert, they fight a lot. After progressing a bit by doing a bit more puzzles, we find out that the devil keeps important memories in his home. One of them shows our parent buying life insurance so they get money when we die. This other shows the background for the creation of the water company, which used parasites as a lie to harvest organs. We're now Ashley, yay! We go with the devil to the real world and sacrifice 3 souls with him, while Andrew is stuck at home because the devil really doesn't like him. Being back into Andrew's body, the devil sends us on a little side quest to collect souls that are lost. However, it went very wrong. Instead of summoning the normal small devil when we need help, we summoned a huge one, the one we saw at the start of the game. It wanted to see our past, and saw Andrew's past, we did. This is actually one of my favorite parts of the episode. There is just so many psychological elements that is so amazing, but I really can't go into it right now because of how much detail I would risk going into, and this video would just take an extra 30 minutes. So the main focus of the next video will be on the psychological elements. So please subscribe and ring the bell so you know when the next video is out. To summarize what happened, all you need to know is that Andrew deeply really loves, and I mean really loves, Ashley. And sometimes not in a normal way. He dreams about sleeping with her, which is kinda weird, Andrew, not gonna lie. So throughout our life, we try really hard to choose Julia over Ashley. But sadly, we never stopped loving Ashley and could never love Julia enough to replace her. At the end, as usual, Andrew never blamed himself. Blamed everything that had ever happened and blamed Ashley's attachment on Ashley. Which prompted the big scary monster to see the evil inside of Andrew and started collaborating with him, similar to how the current small devil collaborates with Ashley. This then finally finishes the episode off on a cliffhanger, and all we can do now is wait for the next update. And yeah, if you stayed until now, which is a really long video, I think one of the longest I've ever done, why don't you leave a subscribe and like the video? Comment below what do you think about the new episode and the future of the game. And remember to check my channel frequently, since I will be talking about the psychology behind Andrew and Ashley throughout this new chapter.